Here I am. Here I am. Sorry, I apologise. I'm a bit late there. Just when Widow Shin's TV made it on time, Bootneck didn't. I had to go to work this morning, and I squared this away at like 6 o'clock a.m. And then I totally forgot about this, and yeah, then I went and put my laundry in, and then I looked at my clock. I just glanced at my watch when it was like 3 minutes past 11. And I went, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a live stream today. Whoops, sorry about that." The pressures of life. I've started to go on the Guardian or on Facebook to wind the lefties up. Blue Van Man, I'm a long time practitioner of visiting a page called "My Favourite F Word is Feminism." It's one of the funniest fucking places on Facebook. Unintentionally funny because obviously the lefties have got absolutely no fucking clue about anything. The last couple of years, honestly, I mean, we knew things were going badly, but the last couple of years it's just been, what would you call it? I'm lost for words for a change. It's very rare I'm lost for words. It is just, I feel as if all of the normal words for calling something like shambolic or a clusterfuck or an omni-shambles or any of the clever words people use, I don't feel as if they do it justice. Because it seems like when you're what the clever people call ideologically possessed, right? When you're just an ideologue and you've been consumed by an ideology so that your personality just fucks off and there's nothing left of you. That's why these young girls go to college and just get indoctrinated, and all of a sudden they're all carbon copies of each other, right? Like the NPC meme. Oh yeah, Paz, how you doing? Glad to see you're up and about. Paz and Rotten Politics and the like, I always wonder if they're actually going to be ditched off YouTube forever. So I always like seeing them in. It seems as if they've been so consumed utterly by their ideology that nothing remains of the personality. And I know there's been some stories in the past about this covering, like, before college, after college. There's like a few Twitter pages devoted to it. And that you can see that they're just, well, it's the NPC meme. Every single aspect of that meme was genius because that is what they are. The personality disappears, and within 2 minutes, less than that, 10 seconds of talking to one of them, what they're going to think about everything. And I remember when I saw Jordan Peterson's interview with, not Kathy Griffin, which was legendary. He did another one with Helen, what's the name of the journalist? She's an English journalist. And she did it for, I think it was Esquire magazine. I sat through it about a year ago. And it was funny because he said to her, when you get totally consumed by an ideology, your personality is not left anymore. We know what you think about everything. And she went, "Oh yeah, well, let me tell you, I bet you don't know that I think some characteristics are innate to women." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd say that." And then she went, "Well, I say some, but not really. Most of them aren't. And now I think about it, actually." And then just spent 20 minutes telling him that really she didn't think that. They're a carbon copy. And it's mad. It is. It's a cult. It's been called a cult by many people. It's a cult. You know what they're going to think about everything. You know what they're going to say about everything. And it's, like I said, it's worse than a shambles because it is so utterly alien to people that aren't all in the cult. It's so utterly alien to you. It just seems utterly absurd. The things they say directly contradict everything they've said to you beforehand, as long as it's in line with their ideology. And when you try and tell them that it's not logical, it goes in one ear and out the other. And the reaction is pure hostility. So it's like a maths teacher. If the kid says to them, 2 + 2 = 4, And the teacher says, no, it's actually 5. No, sorry, 2 + 2 = 5, and the teacher says, no, it's actually 4. The child's reaction being aggression, like, how dare you disagree with me? And to normal people, laymen, like everybody, the 90% of the population that aren't woke, it really does boggle your mind. You just think, A, how can you think something that directly contradicts what you've been saying to me for 20 minutes? B, why do you react with instant hostility the second anyone points out that you've just blatantly contradicted yourself? And C, I suppose, this is the third one, why are you such a boring cunt? Why haven't you got a personality? Why can't you talk about anything else? You know, I do this, and I feel as if when I'm doing a live stream, which is specifically supposed to just be about the news and politics, you know, I'll talk about other things. I'll be like, oh, that reminds me of a humorous anecdote. Oh, that reminds me about my mate who did this, or my dad did that. And, oh, yeah, I like to play Warhammer occasionally with my friends in Manchester. Like, you've got other things going on, but these fucking people are just boring. Like, they've got nothing. They just have their ideology, and every second of every day seems to be spent on fucking promoting it. You know what I mean? You can't imagine them having an hour off. Like, oh, do you want to go to the Borough match? It's like none of them say that, do they? They're not sat at home in, like, Nottingham. And they're not like, should we go for a pint and go watch the Forest game? No, it's like, right, what can we activist about today? You boring bastards. Get a fucking life. Do something else instead of fucking haranguing me. So that's what I wanted to talk about today when we're going to go into this Wisconsin incident. Because it does blow my tiny fucking mind. I mean, one of the obvious ones that I've talked about in the past is the really insane, again, total contradiction, their insane love for the regular practitioners, the regular patrons at Alan's world famous snack bar, right? Because the people that love to eat at Alan's legendary snack bar practice what is obviously, openly and nakedly one of the most conservative ideologies on planet Earth, right? Like, that's not hyperbole. There's no religion that's as currently as conservative as the religion of spread you in many, many pieces, because they've all gone through various reformations. The Judaism especially is a very secular religion in many respects nowadays. Most of them aren't Orthodox 4B2s that don't use the telephone on a Saturday, for example. Israel is a secular place. You've got gay rights and various tenets of secular society that you don't sort of get anywhere else. So they are definitely 10 times more conservative than those fucking milquetoast lefty 4B2s. See, I've noticed how I use rhyming slang for everything now. I'm so concerned about YouTube fucking smashing me for doing nothing. Like a power mad jailer. That I try to use euphemisms for everything. The only word you feel comfortable saying is Christian or Christianity, because you can take the piss out of those poor bastards as much as you like. Although I suppose Jesus was a bit of a hippie, other than doing kung fu on the moneylenders in the temple. He was a bit of a hippie, so I guess you can take. I guess that is in line with their ideology, right? So fair enough. But yeah, it's the most conservative ideology on fucking earth, and this don't see any glaring contradiction in smashing anything remotely near the centre or right of it. But then the second anyone who happens to come from a third world country or has a bit of a tap sells women into sexual slavery, feminism, hacks little girls' bacon drapes up, feminism, or throws some gay blokes off a roof, LGBT, or any new, or literally fucking murders people with a meat cleaver. They make excuses for them. And I just think, like, how can you not see the contradiction there? Everyone knows it. It's as obvious as a T-Rex in a yellow shell suit. It stands out 20 miles away. Like a gay disco in the middle of Karachi. You can't fucking miss it. And they're just in one ear and out the other. Or when you say, how is it that you're being so warm about a very conservative ideology? It's like, you fucking Scot. It doesn't make sense. You're just pointing out glaring contradictions. Like when you're a little kid, a 4-year-old would do it. When you're a little kid and you say, how does Father Christmas get in without a fucking chimney? And your mum says, oh, he's got a magic door key. Yeah? Or words to that effect. In Middlesbrough, my dad said he used a skeleton brick. He just put your fucking window in. And it's just mad, isn't it? It's mad. There's glaring, open contradictions that a 4-year-old will go, why is that happening though? And when you tell them, they'll go, so you're a Nazi then. Bill Maher's going to get it. You know the American comedian Bill Maher? Watch him. I like him. He's one of the only left-wing comedians who sort of gets it in America. And you know they're going to take him out. That bloke, Bill Maher, for those that don't know, because I've followed him for a long time, he gave $1 million of his own money. Literally gave $1 million. And after you've paid all your taxes when you're as rich as him, it's fucking more like 3, innit? He's literally paid $1 million of his own money he donated it to the Obama campaign. So he took his own money and gave it to a black man because he wanted the black man to be in charge. And they're going to cancel him faster than you can fucking blink. Because he's gone off the reservation and he keeps saying, yeah, if you want to win the next election, you need to stop being a bunch of woke shitheads. So they're going to do what they always do and double down. They're not going to go, maybe we should listen to some words of wisdom from a fellow liberal. They're going to go, he disagreed with me, therefore he's a fucking Nazi. That's what they're going to do. Yeah, well, they're going to give up, everyone's going to give up on him because he's going to end up fucking cancelled. Sultana's lost a seat, has she? It's about bastard time. Because she's completely off her tits. Oh yeah, I was going to show you this, wasn't I? My favourite F word is feminism. This is a Blue Van Man. This is my favourite place to troll on Facebook. Again, pathetically, for those of you that don't know, I have one troll on this channel, mentally ill bloke, and pathetically, I mentioned this once, and he then went on to my favourite F word is feminism and started having a go at me in the comments there, telling everyone, oh, this guy's the angry bootneck from the YouTube channel. Like any of the women there give a flying fuck about me or the angry bootneck. But yeah, that happened once. That was funny. These guys are off the fucking tits. And when I'm talking about square pegs and round holes, look at that story. Just look at that one. These are the same balmy bitches who every bastard day. Let me move that so you can see the thing. I'm trying to zoom it in. So, why is this Facebook? Fuck you, Zucker twat. Just do as you're told. There, look. Why? These are the same women who. How many stories have you read on Salon and Bustle and all that shit, where there's some fucking rat's howler who's about 25 clem, yeah? She's got a body like a fucking bin liner full of coleslaw, and they'll have photos of her. And they'll say, if you don't find my saggy, honking body and my smashed up yellow teeth attractive, and my fucking gaunt, jaundiced looking skin, you are a fascist and an agent of patriarchy, and you've been conditioned by the medium of social conditioning to not like fat women because you hate them. And these are the people who write fucking stories like that. 24/7. 24/7. Like, and again, I've talked about the science behind it, right? The science behind attraction is nothing to do with a social construct. It's what you view as being healthy, because we're an evolved chimp. So when we see fucking athletic people, men like women who look healthy. Healthy skin, healthy figure, nice lustrous hair, nice teeth, clear, bright eyes. The reason humans like that is because that's what we think of as being healthy, right? It might be, again, there's some contradictions whereby it's not something that you can see by just quickly looking at them. But typically, it's about health. If a woman's physically attractive, has nice skin, nice hair, nice eyes, you know that she's going to be youthful and have children for you. And it's the same for women and men. That's why they're like nice skin, nice teeth, good figure. A big blob is weird looking. When we evolve without any food for like millions of, 250,000 years in our current form, we hardly had anything to eat. So when you see something that looks like 400 pounds of chewed fucking bubble gum, right, your brain goes, what the fuck is that? Right? It looks weird. That is why people aren't attractive to very, very fat people. Again, women and men think it's a bigger problem than it is because a little bit of extra timber, nobody minds. Little bit. Women always think men want birds to be a lot skinnier than they actually like, but they like you to be healthy. A couple of pounds overweight's fine. It's not about being mean and, oh, I want my girlfriend to look anorexic. But there's a happy medium. And it's pure science. These lunatics, the type of people who you'd have a game of fucking football against them. Well, they don't have any other hobbies. But if you played five-a-side against a bunch of lefties, you'd score and they'd go, goal's a social construct. Your goal was a social construct created by the fucking patriarchy. No, just play the bastard game, you boring twat. How about that? Play the bastard game. It does my head in. And this is another one. Again, the religion of peace is a fantastic go-to point if you're ever arguing with these people about how they're happy to contradict themselves utterly. But this is another one. If a fat bird wants to only go out with hot, shiny teeth, bright, gleaming eyes, six-pack men, that's fine. She's allowed. She's an independent woman making her independent choice. But if a fucking bloke doesn't want to go out with a howler, with a face like a bulldog licking piss off a thistle and an arse like the back end of a double-decker bus, it's the patriarchy. It's fucking biology. It's evolution. That's all it is. It's not the patriarchy when fucking men do it and a strong, independent you-go girlfriend when a fucking woman does it. It's a glaring contradiction, you hypocritical commie fuck. That's why everybody hates you. They don't get it. That's what I mean. These people are their own worst enemies. This is why everybody hates you. Because you're a hypocrite. So everyone says hypocrisy makes people angry. And you're a hypocrite. I did leave a comment on here, but it looks like they've deleted it. Bastards. But I just put I wish you guys would just carry on doing this shit. Because it makes my job so easy. I was saying how the loony left make this job easy. Just reading the news. It's easy. Because it's fucking comedy gold. They're all mental. I don't have to put any effort in. I don't have to write a script. I just sit here and read it. And people are like, that's funny. Because they're fucking mental. They're funny. They are clowns. And it's the same with this. It's laughable. I don't have to say anything clever. I just have to point you at that. I mean, I did go through it all because I'm live streaming. But you just have to point someone at that and go, read that story. Read this absolute piece of shit story on Bustle about how my boyfriend gained weight and now I'm not attracted to him. And you were allowed to feel this way. Of course you're allowed to feel this way. And then show them another story, another 500 stories where it's like, if you don't like big, fat fucking howlers with more chins than the Chinese phone book, you're a motherfucking agent of the patriarchy. Suck my fucking plums. In fact, there's a nice misogynistic slur. No, actually, I could be talking to a homosexual man. Bigot. Don't assume the gender of the person I'm talking to. Again, you can turn yourself up in fucking nuts trying to keep up with their dog shit ideology, can't you? But yeah, it's lunacy. So you don't even have to put any effort in. Just point people, go, oh yeah, you think the left are normal? Have a read of this. Have a fucking read of that. And then have a read of this with a big 25 clem, purple-haired fucking she-beast claiming that if every man with a six-pack doesn't want to fucking horse one into her, that he's somehow an agent of the cis-het patriarchy fucking dog shit word soup oppression fucking Olympics. It's absolute bollocks. It's comical. It's comical to everyone who's not mental. So, yeah, there. Anyway, there's a fucking 20-minute bastard whinge. Let's do the news, the big news of the day, shall we? Obvious. The obvious. I'm going to talk about the obvious. So, they're all bonny when I've got the beer goggles on. Fuck off, Jeff. There's no way. I'm a man who likes a drink, and I've made some mistakes in my time, you know. Once or twice woke up with a bird who looked like she was pretty fit the night before, and the next day looked like she fucking drew a face on with a marker pen while wearing boxing gloves. We've all been there, but not a fucking 40 stone fucking one of those things that looks like you need to winch it out of the house by the fire department with a crane. Like, I don't want to die, Jerry. Pick them up and pull them out. It's absolute lunacy. Rotten Politics is in as well. Hello, mate. How are you doing? So, yeah, madness. It requires no effort from me at all to take the piss out of these people. The comedy writes itself. So, Wisconsin suspect named after car plows into Waukesha Christmas parade. You do know what this is going to say, right? I don't really need to read it. You know what it's going to say. This tragedy lies directly at the feet of the fucking mainstream media and dozens of politicians who have brazenly, frequently, and aggressively lied to the general public time and time and time and time and time again for political capital. So Biden, oily, self-serving career politician that he is, Biden knows the law. Biden knows all that he's going to know that Kyle didn't drive across state lines with an illegal firearm. It didn't happen. But just like the very fine people, Hawks, they've said it again and again and again and again and again and again. And they've played this game where they've fucking essentially radicalised millions of people in the general public. Because what happens, we know all the science behind this. There's psychoanalysts talked about how whenever there is a fucking mass shooting and the media talks about it, there is always one follows it because they idolise the people. They put them all on the television all the time and it makes another attack occur. And the scientists have said we should put a media ban on it. We should black it out. So you go on a mass shooting, your face doesn't go anywhere near a TV screen or a pub or a paper. And they know for a fact it would stop the mass shootings frequency because it works. It's the anonymity that they want. It's the fame, that they want. The anonymity would stop it happening. It is a proven fact, backed up by myriad data analysis, right? And we know it, but they won't do it because the media want to sell papers. And in the same way here, Kyle Rittenhouse was put all over the fucking TV for a year. They lied about him for a year. I've talked about this before. A few weeks back, I said the same thing. I told you guys, we need to bring in a media blanket ban, just like they did after the Iranian embassy siege, right? That was what I talked about. That was the analogy I used. Put in a media blanket ban, just so you're not talking about it anymore. You're too irresponsible. You're too dishonest. That we can cover the very fucking start of the trial for one day, and you can cover the end when it's all finished. But you're not allowed to do this anymore because you lie like a hairy fucking egg. You lie like a naffy watch. All you do is lie. You make things up about people and it causes fucking mayhem. And in the case of mass shootings, it causes more mass shootings. And in the case of telling 50 million upset people that everything they do as a minority in America is because of the evil heteropatriarchy, white cishet fucking Ku Klux Klan bollocks. bollocks. You're radicalising them. You're radicalising them as well as ISIS does it. So these people are pissed off. They're stalking. Like I always talk about resentment, bitterness. That's what they do. They want you to be resentful and bitter because they want to have the revolution. And I keep saying you use humour to get rid of it. You do what I do. You laugh about it and you get on with your day. You don't go to fucking protest and be a boring cunt. You go to the pub with your mates and you go look at those sad bastards. That's what I advocate. That's what I disagree with Sadwings about. And it's the point I'm going to keep making. Carl Rittenhouse shouldn't have fucking been there. It's somebody else's job to be a sad bastard and get involved. You go to the pub and you laugh at these fucking lunatics and that stops you getting bitter and resentful and taking those steps down the road where you end up as the same place where those daft communists are, where you're an ideologue, where all you care about is fucking politics and causes. Sort your fucking life out. Care about your wife and kids. Care about your hobbies. Care about your mates. It's not the way to do it, but that's what we've insisted on doing. We're radicalising the general public, and then obviously you get what we see here. A bunch of people watching a holiday parade when suddenly truck of fucking peace starts twatting everyone. Look at that, just straight into them. Massive crowd there. Like, just grotesque. Gonna miss the little girl there. Grotesque. Caused 100% by the mainstream media and lying shitbag politicians that do this on purpose. They've done it on purpose. Joy Reid, other talking heads on the mainstream media, lying about it. Lying about white people, demonising white people, promoting the hatred and the intolerance and the resentment towards all white people. And when a guy does this, you knew it was going to be he's a black guy. It's nothing to do with the colour of his skin. It's ideology. He happens to be a black guy who's a Black Lives Matter activist, but he could have been a white guy who's a Black Lives Matter activist. This is what we create. Stoking resentment is the first step to their glorious revolution. That's why they do it. That's why they pit everyone against each other, the victim pyramid. If you're in there, we're all intersectional because they want us to fight. They want to usher in the glorious revolution. The fucking streets will be knee-deep in blood like every bastard revolution, but they don't care because that's what they want. So, of course it happened. And the people responsible are the talking heads that have done it, the politicians that have lied about it, and the mainstream media in Silicon Valley that have promoted it. They promote hatred. And all you hear about over here is white supremacists. What's their death toll at? I reckon the only one I can think of from the last couple of years is that Dylan Roof. But basically, the death toll due to the communists rioting in America is in the fucking hundreds, possibly in the thousands. And the death toll from white supremacists is probably about a dozen in 10 years. I'm not saying it's not a problem, right? Any supremacy, extremism is a problem. But again, whinging about white supremacy when the death toll's down there and not talking at all, promoting communism, revolution, violence, uprising, upheaval. When the death toll's up here, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's like my house being on fire and me saying to my missus, fucking hell, there's a bit of a stain on the couch there, love. What you doing? Stop talking about the white supremacy that has a death toll, it's fucking minuscule, and start talking about the global communist movement that is ushering in mayhem and fucking death in every bastard country in the Western world. Can we just start doing that? And secondly, throw the book at some of these fucking lying bastards. Joy Reid should be in fucking jail. Incitement of riot, incitement of violence, hate speech, directed at the people that actually do it. And it ain't fucking Nigel bastard Farage, is it? How many Farage'ites have murdered dozens of people? Fucking none. So this is why we're in the problem we're in, ladies and gents. You know it and I know it. You know it and I know it. We are focusing on the minutiae when there's a fucking there's a brontosaurus in a shell suit, and we're focusing on a chicken. The problem is militant, extremist, violent friends of Alan and communists. Do those two groups. Worry about those two groups. We've had 9/11, 7/7, this, Kenosha, Seattle. Two groups. Radical regulars at Alan's snack bar and radical communist ideologues. Focus on those two groups instead of the one group that's very fucking quiet. I mean, shit, white supremacists in England, there's probably about 4. So fucking go focus on the problem, right? Don't tell me there's a minor stain on the curtain so we have to all get round it. Get the fucking jiffy out. Let's talk about the fucking towering inferno in the sitting room, shall we? Right, I can't stay long because I've had my fucking boss ringing me twice while I've been doing this. They won't leave me alone. This is what full-time employment looks like. It's terrible. I have to bugger off. I'll try and do one tomorrow, and then I'm out until Friday because we're going to see the mother-in-law because this is America. And it's Thanksgiving. Ha-ha! So there'll be booze and merriment and practice Christmas. I'll wear my stretchiest pants, and I'll see you guys very soon. I'll probably have about 2 extra chins. I'll be like that for Thanksgiving. Yeah. All right? Fat and jolly. Maybe it'll make me fat and jolly, and I can be a jolly bootneck instead of a pissed-off bootneck. All right? Don't forget to like it and share it. Look at that paltry number of subscribers. You shouldn't have 320 viewers in your live streams when you've got a paltry 9,000 subscribers. That's Susan's work. Damn you, Susan. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. See you in a bit. Take it easy.